Welcome back to Two Witches Talking. I'm Megan, and I'm joined by my lovely co-host Morgan. Hey, Morgan.
Hello.
Hello. How are you today?
I'm good. I'm good. Yeah. How are you doing?
I'm pretty good. I will say that Mercury, though, needs to straighten his Leo drama causing ass out.
No, I am definitely done
Yeah.
with Mercury's bullshit, and he needs to hurry up and go straight again.
Yes, and I do not like this vibe. I meant to look this up before we started recording, but I'm like, what are those dates again for Mercury retrograde? When do we go direct?
Yeah, it might be direct by the time this airs.
August 11th. Probably
I don't-
just direct.
Okay.
So we're probably still in the shadow.
Yeah, this one's been bad. We were even talking about it last night in the Ink Spirit Sacred Space. Like, this combination of planets in retrograde right now, like, this one has been a doozy. I mean,
It has.
was it Pluto, Neptune, Saturn, Mercury, and then, well, today Chiron goes right.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you know what? I'm
done.
You need to stop, please.
I'm
if
good.
you could stop, yeah, if you could stop bringing up old shit. Like, I got it. I got it. Stop bringing up old shit.
Yeah.
We're good.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I mean, everything, like anything from phone issues to my printer was out of ink, so I had to like drop everything I was doing yesterday, run out and get printer ink. Luckily it was there. But yeah, and just, I mean, I've got a friend that like fell and hurt their knee. I'm like, okay, well, that's probably Mercury right there because it's transportation. You're walking, but it's still moving. So, so we're just sending out all of the love, the understanding, and the good vibes to those of you listening who have had a really rough Mercury retrograde because you're not alone.
No, not at all.
Company. So, but yeah. So other than that, pretty good.
Yeah. Yeah.
And you're wearing your new gorgeous snake necklace. I'm just calling that out.
I am. That's the anniversary present from my
Beautiful.
husband. So apparently year 26 is year of the snake. That's what we're going to go with, right?
Okay.
It's not, but that's what it was for me. Is
It
year,
might
yeah.
have been. I don't know.
So yeah.
I love it. It's beautiful.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
Well, today we are talking about dream magic, lucid dreaming, astral projection, prophetic dreams, like anything that might happen in that dream state. So I'm excited to see where this goes.
Yeah, because we have nothing prepared.
I know. It's awesome. Like, we're just like, let's just jump in. Maybe, to be fair, like we're just kind of hitting record and we're winging this during Mercury retrograde. So I'm sure it'll end up just fine. But maybe like a small part of the chaos is our own doing. Just maybe. It's okay. Whatever.
Yeah, but I love that we're able, like we've been doing this for so long, like us individually as witches, that there are topics where I'm like, I don't need to prepare anything for that.
Yeah.
I could talk for 30 minutes on that. We're good.
Oh yeah, for sure. So here's the question that I want to start with is, have you ever like astrally projected and or lucid dreamt?
I don't think I've ever astrally projected. Okay. No. No. Lucid dreaming, yes. And I love lucid dreaming, but I've never gotten to the point where I can 100% take control of the dream. That's usually when I wake up. But for those wanting to lucid dream, the first thing that you have to identify is your lucid dream trigger. And that's going to be something within the dream that signals you that you're actually dreaming. For me, it's a phone malfunction.
Okay.
So in a dream, normally it's something like I'll grab my phone and all of my contacts are missing, or I go to call somebody and I can't figure out how to call, or I can't figure out how to text them. And so that's me. And so if I'm doing good, because lucid dreaming does take practice, and the more that you practice it, the easier it becomes. So there are some times where I just stay really frustrated with the phone and then, nothing happens. But then there are times where I sit there and I'm like, like, because a lot of times it's like an emergency dream, and I'm asking people, I'm like, what's the number for 911? How do I call 911? And that's when I normally am like, I'll be sitting in the dream staring at my phone, and I'm like, I can't call out. I can't figure out how to text anyone. I must be dreaming.
Yeah.
And then I just get really excited because I'm like, I'm dreaming. Oh, that means I can control the dream. And then I wake up.
Oh,
like,
dang it.
Damn it.
So close.
Yeah.
So close.
So, yeah.
Oh my gosh. Well, I've never done astral projection, at least that I know of. And yeah, I have accidentally lucid dreamt. So I've been really intentional about not trying it. And this is just my personal preference because I sleep really well. And I'm like, I just want that time for my brain to reset, just all the energy to just do what it needs to do. That said, there's definitely been times when I'm dreaming and I'm like, wait a minute, this isn't right. This is a dream. Let me change this. So it has happened accidentally, and it's always cool when that happens.
So you've never identified your dream trigger or anything?
No, not at all. Like, I have left it alone.
I don't know. I'm too curious for that.
Yeah.
So like, I think I think everyone starts out maybe accidentally doing it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But then the more that you do it, the more you will realize, like, for a lot of people, it is the phone. A lot of people, it's a mirror. So if you walk by a mirror and your reflection is missing, or it looks something different than what you know, like, that's a really good one for triggers.
Yeah.
And you can identify them during the day, and you can say, okay, if I'm lucid dreaming, then this can be, and you train your brain that way. So
That's cool.
When I've done, especially when I do a lot of, like, when I teach about it or something, that's when I find out, because the more you practice it, the more you talk about it, the more you do it, the more likely it is to happen. So, but yeah, you can even choose your dream trigger. I think for me, it happened that way. I was in a dream and couldn't use my phone, and I'm like, why is my phone not working? Which actually spills over a little bit into last year's Witches Bazaar.
Yeah.
When we had the snake show up.
Yes.
And I had to go into the office and call 911.
Yeah.
I grabbed my phone and I dialed 911, and it took forever to connect. And for a split second,
I remember that.
I went, I have to be dreaming. This has to be a dream. A fucking rattlesnake showing up when I have 1,000 people standing outside. And then all of a sudden it connected, and it was like, 911, what's your emergency? And I'm like, oh shit, hold on.
I remember that. Oh my God, I had forgotten about that. That was so crazy. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
But for a split second, I was convinced. I was like, damn, this is a realistic dream. Holy shit.
Because then if I remember correctly, like, even after you contacted 911, like, you came out of the office and you're like, I'm not dreaming, right? Like, this is real. I'm like, no, this is very real.
Because I had phone issues while trying to dial 911, and my whole system was like, I've dreamt this 87 times before. Yeah.
And you probably had dreams about the Witches Bazaar, like stress dreams heading up to it. So, yeah. Oh my gosh, that's hilarious.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh. No, one thing that I've started doing, and I started doing this after, I think it was the first initiation in Reiki. But, like, you do Reiki, and it's like any other, like, initiatory practice. Like, if you like open some doors and you unlock things. And I will actually do the inception thing. I will dream in a dream. It is bizarre. I will have a dream. I've done it 3 tiers up before. But most of the time it's just 2. But I will be having a dream and I will wake up and I'll be like, wow, that was a crazy dream. And then I go about my day, and then I wake up from that dream and I'm like, wow, that was a really crazy dream. I was dreaming in a dream. That's nuts. And then I wake up for real and I'm like, nudge my husband. I'm like, so that was 3 tiers of a dream. Yeah. I've never met anybody that has done that in real life. I'm like, what? I don't know what that is, but it was freaky the first time. And now it's just kind of like, oh, I did it again. Yeah.
Do you do like the 3 tiers?
Yeah. I'll do 2 or 3 tiers where I'm dreaming. So I'm like, there's a storyline, there's an interaction. And then I wake up and I'm like, oh, I was dreaming. And then I wake up from that dream. And then, yeah, all the way up. I know.
No, I've never done 3. I've done the dreaming and then wake up for real.
Okay. Yeah.
So I've done that, but I've never, no 3 I've never heard of.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It was like full on Inception. Like, you know, the big scene where they like have to go up, down and up all the levels. It was like that.
That's crazy.
It was insane. Yeah. Yeah.
How do you even like, because I love dream interpretation. Like, I've done that for 20 years, 25 years. So, diving into, or I think dreams feel different. Mm-hmm. Dreams that have symbolism feel different than just dreams where your brain's just playing. So are these symbolic? Like, do these feel symbolic to you?
They
or
don't.
Just like your brain? Okay.
They feel like just really deep. And so, and like I said, it was after kind of unlocking that extra awareness in Reiki and really like practicing and working with other people and all that started happening. And so, it was just like very banal dreams, honestly, like just like everyday life. But then I was in that really deep, like funnel space of dreams and then came out of it. So I don't know.
That's cool.
Yeah, it was very cool. Well, what about like prophetic dreams or dreams with deities or ancestors or anything? Anything come to mind?
I've definitely had high symbolic or high message dreams. Mm-hmm. And I've had deities come, visit during dreams. I don't know that I've ever had a prophetic dream, or one that any part of it came true in the future. I don't know that I ever really have. Nope, I don't think so. Okay.
Yeah.
I have had past loved ones come and visit me.
Ooh, that's cool. That's really cool. That has not happened to me in the dreaming world. That's cool.
I've had past loved ones come visit me. There's one is a friend of mine. He visits me at least once, twice a year, maybe in dreams. And then there's another one. Yeah, from high school. He visits me once or twice a year. And the only reason it is symbolic to me, or the reason I do believe that it is them coming, is because, number one, there's nothing ever associated with them leading up to the dream. So it's not like close to their death day or their birthday or anything like that. And I don't generally sit around and think about them, especially the friend of mine that died in high school. But like in the dream, we'll be having fun or just chatting or whatever. And then I'll look at them and go, "What are you doing here? You're dead."
Wow.
And that happens. And that's when they start to talk and they're like, "I came to check up on you, da-da-da-da-da." And that's how I know that it is 100% them coming for whatever reason to just say hi or check in on me, because I am aware. I'm like, well, this is fun, but you passed years ago.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Oh, that's cool. Oh, I have chills.
Yeah, so did I.
That's so cool. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Now, I do the thing where, I don't know if you've done this before or not. So I definitely have like recurring dreams, but I have like almost like serial dreams where it's like it's a series of the same plot line, if that makes sense. And so it's like you've dreamed to this certain point and then it kind of picks back up, or like you dream about like the same place, but it's always like it's like a mythical, like Tim Burton kind of vibe space for me. Like it doesn't quite make sense. So do you find it that you do that as well?
Yeah, and did you know, so I don't know if it was my bachelor's degree or working on my master's, but I had to take a dream class. Did you know that there are several cultures across the world that believe that when you have recurring dreams like that, you are actually visiting other versions of yourself?
Oh, no, but that's freaking cool.
We are talking about, these beliefs go back thousands of years. Okay. In some cultures, it's basically the Marvel multiverse. Whenever you make a decision there's you and you stay on your time path, but if you would have made a different decision, a branch of you splits off. And when you dream at night, you are visiting the other versions of yourself and their lives.
Wow.
And that's why you have recurring dreams, because you're tapping into that Megan who chose to live that life. And you're going through, like, you're actually entering her in the, like, that's what they believe. Several cultures. And it goes back 1,000 years. But like, when you're sleeping, you go and enter that Megan's body and go about her day.
Wow. That's freaky. I love that.
I loved it too. I was like, so, and I cannot remember which cultures it is that believed this, but I mean, we're talking, it goes back 1,000 years. I'm like, so they knew about the Marvel multiverse?
They did.
Like, back then.
They did. They did indeed. Interesting. Yeah. No, I had this one recurring dream where it was this, well, I've got like 2 house dreams that I haven't had a segment of this dream in a long time. But one was, there was always like this like wing of the house that was like, I always avoided it. And like, it was so scary. And I mean, like, if I woke up after this dream, like I was like, oh, like really freaked out. And it was always just like, there was like this evil stuff in there, or this thing that I didn't want to be around, you know, all this. And it was a gorgeous house that like we were renovating and like creating this beautiful home. And there was this one wing I could not go into. And then I realized in the final dream that it wasn't, I am not as anti-religious as this sounds like, but I have a lot of religious trauma. So I realized that because the last dream I was actually outside of the house, and the house was in this one part completely broken down, but the thing that I was avoiding was actually tied to my religious trauma. So it was like, and in my dream, it was like all the good Christianity vibes were like in this wing of the house. And that's what was scary to me in the dream. I'm like, okay, just my brain working through some trauma in the background. That's fine.
Yeah, that's what I was like.
Creepy.
When people tell me dreams, I kind of analyze them as they're talking.
I love it. Tell me what you thought.
Now, houses generally represent yourself or aspects of your life. And so you have to look at the house. Like, is it full of furniture? Is it empty? Is it scary? Is it good? So if you had a wing where you wouldn't go into and you were scared of it, that's an aspect of yourself that you were not wanting to deal with at the moment. As you rebuilt everything else, you kind of just like, so that was it. That's like, as you were talking, that. I was like, yes, houses.
I love
and that's, it. Those are pretty standard reflections of yourself or your childhood or your whatever.
Yeah. No, that makes total sense. And what was so interesting is like when I was outside of the house, I could see like the part that was great, the part that was like falling apart, but it like put everything in perspective, where it was like, oh, that's just like some walls that need repair and like a staircase that has a few steps missing. Like it suddenly wasn't scary. So that's cool. That's cool. All right, in this dream interpretation, what is it like when like your teeth are falling out or like your hair's falling out or something in your dreams?
Those are just usually social anxiety. Like absolute fear of being seen, fear of a lot of them have to do, especially being naked, teeth falling out, all of that sometimes can be imposter syndrome, so fear of actually being seen for who you are. All that. But generally, you just have a little bit of anxiety about, or a lot of anxiety about a certain situation. And that's, test taking is the same way. Those that generally has to do with the same.
I love that. That's so crazy. No, I actually had I've never had like a naked dream, but I had like a partially naked dream recently. Like right before I kind of started going through my rebrand, and I'm sure it was tied to that. I like dreamt I was dressed like Carrie Bradshaw in the streets of New York. I was literally in New York. I had on shoes. I had on like a long t-shirt that covered everything essential, but I also was very aware of the fact that like I was just wearing a t-shirt and if I wasn't careful my butt was going to hang out, but like I was not inappropriately dressed for certain parts of New York. But I also felt like very exposed.
Yeah.
So, and it happened right around that time. And I woke up and I was like, oh, yeah. This is me kind of bearing some of my soul. So, of course, I'm going to be, you know, feeling underdressed in a dream.
Mm-hmm.
I love that. Oh, my gosh.
Yeah. And I mean, and I texted you the other day about it was a nightmare too. Mm-hmm. Holy shit. But the nightmare of us showing up at the Witches Bazaar for this year. Mm-hmm. And for whatever reason, I had switched it to the mall at the last minute.
I know.
I'm like, I don't know and because it was so big. Oh, sorry if y'all heard that. My rings. I had to split it into two sections of the mall, and only half the vendors showed up, and for whatever reason, and this was probably just my brain having fun, but I decided at the last minute to buy a food truck, and that we were going to run a funnel cake food truck at the same time as our table, but I didn't even put them next to each other so we could do that easily. And we show up, and somebody, I think it was Ryan here from work, was like, do you even know how to make funnel cakes? And I'm like, no, nor did I buy anything for funnel cakes. And then, of course, the Witches Bazaar started, and no one showed up because it was so chaotic. And I was I woke up from it in like an extreme panic. Yeah. Like, oh my God, great. The panic dreams for this big event that I'm putting on have already started. This is great.
Yeah. But this year you have a full team already at the venue, and a full team is going to be with you. So it's all good.
And y'all are all going to make sure I do not buy a funnel cake food truck.
Right.
Like, just make sure I don't buy that. I
cannot be the person that holds you accountable for not buying a funnel cake, however, because I'll be right there with you. I love funnel cakes. Oh. Yes. I grew up at the state fair of Texas. So like funnel cakes are just the thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. What else? Anything else come to mind for your dreams?
It's fun. I have not had in years, and I guess maybe it's just, you know, like I mentioned earlier, 26 years of marriage. Yeah. But there's no more of those waking up and then like Colin had done something horrible in a dream, so you wake up in real life and you're staring at him like, and you know, and then he's like, you can't take it out on Dream Me, and I'm like, I certainly can, but those are just fun, you know?
Yeah.
But yeah, I haven't had any of those. I don't know. My dreams have been very calm lately.
It's good.
With the exception of, you know, the Witches Bazaar nightmare. Yeah. In fact, I haven't, that I can remember, I haven't dreamed in quite a while. Even despite asking, like, okay, I'm going to go to sleep. I'd love some clarity on this issue, or I'd love some clarity here. Can I get some healing over here, or can this happen? It's just blank at night. I don't know, it might be the stress, but.
Yeah, maybe so.
Yeah.
No, I hear that. Yeah, every once in a while, I'll like wake up and just be like, you abandoned me in my dream last night. I just need a minute. I'm sorry. I know it's not actually you, and it's my own insecurities, but oh my God. Yeah. Or I'll have like, you know, a stress dream about my dog or something. But yeah, even with, it's interesting because I know we talked about it a few episodes back with Saturn retrograde and talking about like if our dreams were weird. And mine were at the beginning of Saturn retrograde kind of wonky, and now they have mellowed out, which is nice because they were weird. Like things just didn't make sense together.
Yeah.
So
those are fun though too, just with your brain. You know, I because I've done dream interpretation for so many years. You know, my kids will come to me too.
Yeah.
Even my daughter will text me. She'll be like, oh, I had this crazy dream last night, da-da-da. And I don't know, hearing dreams, I can almost immediately tell, like, oh, nope, that's your brain just decompressing and processing through shit. Or, oh, this means that, or you know, this means that.
Yeah.
So yeah, I even wish I could have some just fun, crazy ass, like you wake up and you're like, what the hell was that?
Right.
But I'm just kind of like not dreaming a lot. I do though. One of my times for downloads is right as I'm waking up.
Oh, see, mine's right as I'm going to sleep.
Ah.
That's interesting. Yeah.
Yeah, no, mine's right as I start to become conscious of the room and stuff like that. I'll have like a shit ton of ideas flood in. Sometimes they're for me, sometimes they're not for me. But yeah.
Oh, I know. Every once in a while, I'll get a text from you and you're like, hey, this thing. And I'm like, okay, cool. And it's always spot on. Like, no matter what you're texting me about, I'm like, oh, yeah, 100%. Thanks, Spirit World. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it's so crazy. No, and I think I shared on the podcast a few episodes ago about my asking if I was actually supposed to work with Persephone, and it was like this, like, I don't know, like drug induced feeling, crazy dream, and that was cool. And yeah, I definitely have had some of those dreams that, like, they were kind of prophetic. Like, I remember in high school, I had a crush on this boy. And so, I was really into him. But my dad had a heart attack. And, like, as I was going through, like, all of the kind of grief and processing that and all of that, and kind of, like, as he was going through the rehab and whatnot, I then had a dream about the guy that I had a crush on. And he was crying on a park bench. And I went and sat down and I was like, what's wrong? And he was like, oh, my dad died. And I'm like, oh, God, that's horrible. And literally not a month later, his father had died from a heart attack. Just, and I was like, oh. So it's like I can tell if something's coming, but I can't tell you exactly what it is. And sometimes it doesn't actually materialize because, you can think about, like, if you are clairvoyant, or you're able to have kind of a precognition dream or moment. It's like you can see that coming, and like it's the butterfly effect. It's like one little change in that person's life and it doesn't go that way. So I don't know, they're useful to a point.
Yeah, no, I did have a string of a few years, and it happens once every about 3 or 4 years now. But for a couple of years, there's a time period of the year that was very hard on one of my exes. He had a lot of people die in his life. And so he would always, it never failed. Once we hit that time period, I'd start dreaming about him. Gosh. Yeah, and it's one of those things where, like, I guess I'm never going to reach out and be like, hey, are you okay? Because,
right.
But it's one of those things where I guess I just assume that because I was with him, like, I was with him when the people were dying, like, actively dying. Yeah. So I just wonder if it's not an energy connection type thing. Like, he's thinking about, that time period when all the people died and all the upheaval happened, and I was a part of his life then, and so then that's, kind of dragging me into the pool of conscious everything, and and then I end up dreaming, and sometimes it's just a passing, like, I'll just see him in a dream, like walking by or something, but I do wake up from those and I'm like, stop thinking about me.
Cord cutting, girl.
I have. That's why it hasn't happened. I think it's been years since it's happened. Yeah, it's been years. But for, like, I don't know, the first probably 5 or 6 years after we were together, it was every year at that time period. Yeah. And now I'm like, oh, thank God those don't really happen anymore. Kidding. Thank God. Yeah.
Well, I wonder too about, like, energetic echoes, almost like your body, your energetic body was in that state, like you were kind of witnessing that grief, and so it's like it comes back around to that time and your body's like, oh, this is how we should feel, this is what we should be doing right now, whether or not it's accurate.
Oh, yeah.
Well, yay, I'm glad that doesn't happen anymore.
Yeah,
because that sucks.
And if you were to subscribe to the ancient belief that you're visiting other, like, because if you have recurring dreams, like, is there a very prominent Megan that, okay, I know I'm asking, and you're probably like, what the hell? I very clearly in one of my lives, am associated with Hollywood somehow. And one of the dreams, I was a personal assistant. To like a celebrity. So that was how I got, and like in this, because it's a recurring atmosphere in dreams that I've been able to follow chronologically. So I started out, I don't know how I got into Hollywood, but I started out as a personal assistant to some celebrities. And I've made it up to like producer on movies. Which is actually probably a pretty good trajectory. I don't know anything about Hollywood.
It feels realistic.
Right? So like in some dreams, I am rubbing elbows with celebrities and stuff, but there's a very clear timeline of how I got there. So I'm like, well, that's fun. Like, that's so a version of me is in Hollywood, like some kind of producer or something. So is there like a version of you that you've been able to chronologically follow over the years?
That's a really good question. I don't think so. I've definitely have had places like it's a fictionalized version of New Orleans, so it's not, it's more like, it's kind of like the musical Moulin Rouge, where it's like a cartoonized version of like New Orleans and Paris. And I've never been to Paris, but it's like a very French kind of vibe, and like the streets are like, they're kind of wonky, kind of like Diagon Alley and in Harry Potter. Like, it's very strange, but I know my way around. And like, I'm often showing another person around. So that happens a lot. And then like with my tiger dream, like I was in this beautiful, like, I just remember like this really sunlit white tent, like at like a big market. And like the grass was green and soft, and it was, you know how like if there's white fabric but the sunlight can kind of get in, that kind of like everything kind of glows. Everything was very like breezy and beautiful and a little ethereal, and I'd like to hang out in that Megan's life a little more because that was cool. But no, other than that, I mean, it's interesting. It's like places are really impressionable, but it's not like I felt a progression beyond just like a couple of days.
Maybe now that I've brought it to your attention, you will now be able to multiverse jump timelines in your dreams. And then I wonder too, I'm like, man, I hope that when they dream and come into my timeline, I'm doing something cool. I'm not just sitting there watching Netflix.
I know. Honestly. Or if they are, that's probably the only time they pop in. They're like, let's just choose a different Morgan to get into.
Yeah. That's just how my brain works. It's fun like that. Yeah.
Honestly, though, I'm like, there's been some real cool parts of my life, but like right now I'm spending a lot of time indoors watching Netflix, playing my games on my phone because it's hotter than hell. So, yeah.
I feel that.
Yeah. That's awesome. Oh my gosh, this is fun. So yeah, y'all listening, if you have astral projected, if you've had lucid dreams, if there's a version of you, like dream you, that, you know, is progressing or anything like that, like Morgan was talking about, please let us know. Comment, send us an email, comment on Patreon, whatever, because I'm fascinated by this. This is so fun.
Yeah, I love that. I love that I was able to teach you something.
I know. I love it. I know. I forgot that you had done a lot of dream work. So I'm like, yeah, let's do it. Well, do you have a card for us?
I do. All right. Okay. Look, we gotta stop. I gotta stop bringing up exes. That's what happens every time I bring up a damn ex. We get a stupid fucking card. What's something that would have caused you to end a relationship earlier than you did if you had been totally honest with yourself?
Well.
All right, I already know the answer to this one.
You want to go first?
I was told I love you on the second date.
Oh. Yep.
And now my answer was appropriate.
Uh-huh.
My answer to him was, you don't even know me.
Yeah.
That was appropriate.
Yeah.
But I should have ran. I should have been like, thank you. This was interesting. You have a wonderful life. I'm never going to talk to you again.
Yeah. No joke. Feel that. I feel that. Yeah. I think for me, it was probably, and in real life, this was the beginning of the end. So this was like wait a second, there's something wrong here. But definitely like today me, if I had seen the behavior of the ex that came back from a trip overseas for 2 weeks, I recognized something was wrong. And sure enough, like 2 years later, I figured it all out. But I definitely would have been like, motherfucker, sit your ass down, tell me what happened. Because something happened, you're not the same person. What the fuck? So yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
That was a deep question. I fluster. We need more things like Megan's deck. Like squink. If you were to excrete some kind of liquid when you're nervous, what would it be?
I know.
I'm never going to get over that one.
No.
Never.
That was truly bizarre. Well, your deck is called Fluster, though, right? So
yes.
It's supposed to leave us feeling flustered, whereas mine is no wrong answers, hilarious conversation starters. Seriously. So. Okay.
Well, I should have read the brand. Oh, yes, because this says unusual questions for deeper connections.
I love that we go back and forth each week, though. It's something really deep and then something truly absurd.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a good balance.
It is. Woohoo! I love it. Well, thanks so much for listening, y'all. Follow us on all the places where Two Witches Talking. We have a Patreon where you can see all of the videos for free, and you can comment. We're going to run polls there, and who knows, we may throw something extra up there every once in a while, because why not? And thank you so much for listening. Please subscribe, like, share with your friends, and send any of your witchy stories, confessions, anything you'd like us to read on the air, or even podcast topic requests to TwoWitchesTalkingPod at gmail.com.
Yay!
Yay! Thanks so much, y'all. See you next week.
Bye.
Bye.